Okay. Mm, eh, do you understand low buying rate?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you explain briefly?
Um, from what I've experienced before, before last February, you sent us our buying rate percentage. Like example, if you got eight ETs trial classes, then only one or two bought your class. So I think the buying rate would be low. So it's like that now.
It's below. What's an acceptable buying rate?
25% now.
25%.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say your ET is below 5 9% at the beginning. Will you keep getting ETs maybe if for the next 2 to 3 weeks and your buying rate is, let's say, 10%?
I don't
Do you
think
think
I
your
don't think
TA will give you ETs?
no, man.
No.
No. Yes, because they want to sell.
Yeah,
So of course
exactly.
they want to choose teachers that have higher buying rate. Yes.
Yes. So as you mentioned, you also have to maintain your attendance. So if your schedule is, let's say now it's open, later it's closed,
So yeah.
then what happens is TA would say, oh, I'm not going to give ETs for this teacher because like now you see, now you don't.
Yeah, yeah. No consistency.
Yeah, you have to be consistent.
Yes, ma'am.
Then if you have a low buying rate, but you are there, what should you do?
First I need to ask my TM and the TAs on what should I do, what should I need to improve, what are the things that are lacking for me as a teacher, why I couldn't get the students to buy.
Okay, before you even ask TM,
Mm.
what do I lack? Where do you think you can look for it? For
From the
the answers
feedback,
of
ma'am.
that?
From the feedback,
From the
because
feedback of the student.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, feedback of the student will be already when they didn't buy or when
Mm.
they bought it. But
Yeah.
when they're not enrolling, where do you think what you have now, um, you can check where can you improve? Base it
Ah,
on what you have now.
okay. From the video, ma'am. From the video, and I think the TAs will have feedbacks as well
What
for
video?
every trial. Recording video from the recording.
Which recording are you talking about?
The trial class recording of the specific lesson.
Of you. Oh, okay. From the recording, you mean you will study your
Yes.
own class and
Mm.
see where can you improve on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can also check here. Can you see this?
Yeah, that
This
one,
is
ma'am.
an evaluation form wherein you can see the description of what a teacher must do in each part.
Mm.
This is the warm up part. You should greet the student warmly, engage and be interactive during your conversation.
Yes,
You know, you encourage this active participation. So all this description will help you improve each part,
yes, ma'am.
whether it's ET or NL.
I know.
You get it.
Yes, ma'am.
But of course you can ask me for, let's say, file recording of other teachers who have great buying rates. But primarily for you to ensure your first ET, second ET, first NL, second NL, and the succeeding one will be excellent. Try to find out these details and be you make sure that you're able to deliver, if not all, most of it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
it's
one.
all here.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you can see, it's divided into teaching style. What are the things the student can look forward in your class? And then what will be the classroom experience? Like what should they expect in
Yes.
that? in that class. And of course, your know-how
Technical po.
in navigation
Yeah.
and also your equipment. Okay. So
Yes po.
you have a copy of this, right?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay. So let's go back here. Where is it? Checklist. What is the possible complaints you may have in the future?
I think
And what should you do to prevent it?
okay. So for there's always a solution for every complaint. So I think for the possible complaints, it can be maybe the internet or electricity issues. I think that's one of the most common complaints for teachers.
Apart from that,
Um,
many. I'll go ahead, please. Sorry.
yes, ma'am. And also what else? If the teacher, because some students, we cannot please everyone. Yes. So some students, they think that, oh, this teacher needs to be like this and like that, and I don't know what that is, could be in the future, but I think those can be the future possible complaints that I may have. Yes. I
Oh,
cannot say specific things, ma'am.
okay. Just based on past feedback,
Mm.
most of the complaints for GE are class notes.
Oh,
So
class
the
notes.
class notes are not organized. It's not clear, and also there are no class notes. That's the most common complaint. It means especially for job interview or postgraduate interview, most of the questions are will require long sentences, long
Yes.
replies. So, if for instance I'm the student and I don't see real feedback from what I answered, and I know there's something wrong with my tenses, or something wrong with my pronunciation, or something wrong with my sentence structure, but teacher doesn't reflect anything in my class notes. So that can cause complaints. Meaning to
Yes.
say, there are a few things into play there. One, maybe the teacher doesn't understand um, what the student
Students.
is talking about. Why? Because maybe the student is talking about information technology, something the teacher
Technique.
isn't so familiar with. So, how do you deal with that kind of class?
Um,
Because
Me.
it's postgrad job
Yes.
interview.
When I had that class before, ma'am, I encountered that kind of student. What I told the student, every time he will mention something like IT languages, I always ask the student, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't really understand what you're referring to." And then the student will try to make an explanation in a general way, like hindi parang IT language. Then that's the time I can be able to have corrections with the student.
Yeah, it can be good if you are honest that
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's not my area of expertise. But
Yeah.
it can help if, let's say, before our class, maybe the TA can send me a material that I can view before the class
Mm.
so that during our class, I can be more interactive because I have already read about this terminologies that is not part of my expertise because I'm an English teacher, right?
Yes.
Or my major is this, but not when it comes to IT, I'm not really so adept in these terminologies. It can be good to be honest
Yes, ma'am.
about that. Yes. So you can request if the student can give you some notes ahead of the class so that you can interact and you can check some, research a bit
Yeah.
and be ready, which in most of the GE teachers who are fully booked, they would get some notes ahead of the class.
Mm.
So yeah, what happened was the teacher will not acknowledge that she didn't know this. It's just like she would just give general advice on management or
Uh,
training and all that, but
I feel
not
worry, ma'am, if I cannot
acknowledging,
write anything.
let's say, terminologies such as snowflake or oracle,
Mm,
because these are programming terminologies.
yeah.
So she didn't acknowledge that. And also, teacher was giving only phrases, but on, let's say, mispronounced or let's say wrong grammar, maybe what teacher can do at that time is to give, let's say, an obvious mistake so that she can at least give some feedback
Mm,
and
yeah.
reflect that in the class note. But there's none like that.
Maybe masyadong mahina siya mag-type, ma'am.
Also, yeah,
Yeah.
also that's the second one. Teacher needs to upskill on typing.
Typing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What else? What are the four datas that the management evaluates your performance?
Number one, pronunciation. Teacher's pronunciation. Number two, um, grammar. Yung grammar, I think.
I'm not sure it's about proficiency of the
Uh-huh.
language, because
Yes.
this one is your performance, like your buying rate,
What
attendance.
is par rise, ma'am? PAR.
I don't know. I don't know because this is her notes. I've only doing this now because
Oh.
with Francis I didn't do this.
Mm. Oh. This one, ma'am, I'm not sure what to answer with this.
Just the four datas that the management evaluates your performance. I know that we evaluate your tardiness,
Mm.
attendance,
Sentence.
buying rate, um, maybe the NLs. I'm not so sure. I think buying rate is part of the NLs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Tardiness, attendance, buying rate. I forgot the other one. You can ask PMJ
Mm. Yes, ma'am.
and let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because this is her questionnaires.
Yes.
Um, what else do we usually? Let me. Oh, cancellations.
Cancellation.
Cancellations. Rate. Free slots as well.
Free slot.
So
Yes.
why I ask everyone to open their slots. It's because it's a requirement. So free slots mean teacher is able to open the slots based on requirement. Just
Mm.
like you need to open 4 weeks in advance,
Yeah. 4 weeks in
eight
advance.
hours per day. But now it's no longer eight because it's peak season. So
Yes.
if you can open nine, it's
Nice.
better. But then if you can't, eight lang, you're not going to join the peak season bonus. Okay lang
Bonus.
naman din.
Okay.
So you can decide later
Yes, ma'am.
when you open your slots.
Lots.
So yeah, again, buying rate, attendance, cancellation, and then free slots. Yan,
Mm.
apat. Cancellation is like TEC, TNC, tab.
Mm.
You know those three terminologies already, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Um, of course, even if you're there, you're open, but then you would cancel a lot of your classes. It's
Mm.
useless, right? Because you
Yes,
could
ma'am.
always cancel.
Mm.
Okay. Dami to. Actually, what I told Francis is ask teacher Clarice, and then if you have questions, ask me. So I didn't ask all of this. Please tell me all the rewards you can get in our company. What are they and how much is this?
For the rewards, I think for full-time teachers for this one for the peak season, it's around 750. If
There's like an X amount. Example, you open the requirement is eight, right? eight
Yes,
hours
ma'am.
per day. But then
Mm.
if you open 9 hours per day or 10 hours per day or higher, there's like a corresponding
Oh.
figure, just like 20 pesos for VIP. If
Mm-mm.
you
Ah, yes,
opened
ma'am. I saw
nine,
that one.
so
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be if it's like 20 pesos additional rate per class.
Per class.
So let's
Ah,
say you have 50 NLs times your rate of, instead of 205, it becomes 205 plus 20.
20. Yes.
Then that's what you multiply with the number of NLs.
Ah, yes, ma'am. That's, I think that's what that's the time I saw 750. Parang ganon per week.
Hindi mo siya you will only see the total when you compute it.
Yeah, when
But
you
what is
compute
the
it.
actual reward would be it's per class basis, an
Per class
additional
basis.
amount based on the number of hours you open.
Mm,
So if you follow this condition, let's say you increased your free slots to 9, then you can have an additional you can have an increase in your basic rate
mm,
of 205 because you are VIP full time.
mm. Yes, sir.
And then what happens when, let's say, um, you are sick or something is wrong with your internet? What should you do?
First, I have to inform the TA and the TM, you, ma'am, that
Mm.
I need to inform both of you as much as possible to avoid complaints from the students.
Okay, so let's say unahin mo muna si TA kasi it's involving the student. Ako
Mm.
kahit after.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So what are you gonna do in the TAGC?
I need to call the attention of the TA. Then I need to write then there's I need to explain the problem. There's a power outage like this. It's a regional. Then I need to write there or inform the TA about the name, the class number, parang ganon, na
Class
details pa.
ID. Class
Class
ID.
ID, yes po. Mm.
So class ID, what's the reason of the
Reason.
cancellation? Okay, yes. That's it. And then you can also inform me. If there's an announcement of the outage or whatever, what happened in the area, you can also include there.
Yes po.
Then that one, you can inform me of that details so that we can later on dispute it.
Yes.
What if it's like a power outage or you are sick? You cannot have a class. What do you
Uh,
do with your schedule as well?
um, I in that case I need to tell the TA first. Kasi last time I had classes, then I closed slots, and you told me you cannot close it like whenever you want. So
Yes.
I think I have to inform TA about my situation. Then I think the TA will advise me to close the open slots that I have.
Wait lang kasi may
Okay po.
papasok ng 5.
Sige po.
May move ko ng 5. What time's your meeting with TM Shane?
5:30 po.
Malapit na. Please move meeting to 5:15. Okay. Again, sorry. Let's say you're sick. What do you do again with your
First I
schedule?
First I need to inform the TA that I'm sick. Then because I cannot close my schedule whenever I want. So I need to
Mm.
inform the TA first that TA, I'm sick. So I think I need to close the slots that are still open as of now.
Mm.
And also if there are some affected classes for today, I also need to inform the TA about the students' information or the details of which student will be affected.
Okay. And then what happens with me now?
And I will inform you. And after that one, mom, I need to inform you about what happened, and when could I need to tell you when can no the specific things about what I am feeling now.
Mm.
Yes. Then I same thing. I'll inform you about the details, ma'am. of the student affected classes? Yun po.
Actually, I don't need to know the classes because I'll see that in.
Okay.
You'll need to give that to me if you will dispute the
Ah,
cancellation.
yeah.
So what you need to do is you need to file a leave.
If it's long?
Yeah, but then you are full time, right? Don't you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
file a leave? You can file a leave actually on your system. So you're sick, and then their classes affected, right? So
Mm.
you file the leave, let me know I've already filed the leave so that I
Ah,
can also approve that in my system, but I need to inform someone in the office as well. Then I
okay.
will tell you if it's already approved, then you can now close the succeeding
Start.
slots because naka-free slots ka, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Naka-open yun dapat, right? So, since you filed the leave, approved naman na sick leave, you can already close it. And then
For the
yung mga
specific day that I asked.
cancellations, sorry?
As I'll close the slots for the specific day that I mentioned.
Yes,
Sa
yes, on
okay.
the filed leave.
Okay.
Let's say you file the leave today
Mm,
or for tomorrow na,
mm.
then you can close the slots when it's already approved.
Okay.
So by the time that you let's say it's not sickness, let's say wag naman sana bereavement, ganyan. So pag nag-file ka ng leave in the future, what's gonna happen is ma-affect yung free slots um, total number, right? Kasi may final ka na leave in the future.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's gonna happen is, let's say 2 days. So 8 times 2, right? 16. Yung free slots mo na total, which should be 192 minus 16 hours. Yun yung dapat i-free slot mo by Saturday, by
Mm,
today.
mm.
Kasi why minus 16? Because you have in this period filed leave of 2 days.
2 days, yes.
Mm. So you cannot close that yet without approval.
Approval, yes.
Yeah.
That's what
So
happened to me last time po.
so you
Yeah.
cannot just close it. Kasi ang mangyayari nun, mag-fail ka naman dun sa free slots because it's the data that we check every week.
Yes po.
Mm. So I don't think we have all the time to discuss this. You can check it out on your own and then
Yes.
ask me if you have questions. Then um sana hindi tanongin ni TM Shane yung
Yes, ma'am.
iba.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think